A story of purpose. Have you ever asked the question, what is my purpose? Why am I on this floating rock? And what drives me towards certain things? And another question, why do I do things to impress people that don't care? I'm going to give you two stories. One about me paying off my house in Canada, and the other one building my dream house in Ecuador. And the extremely opposite emotional experience between both accomplishments. And ultimately, what I love to do is inspire some of you to stop chasing empty goals and start listening to that voice and chasing your purpose. So here's the story. At the age of 19, I knew I was going to live in a surf beach in a tropical country and live that beach lifestyle. At the age of 25, I bought my first piece of land in Ecuador. And this was the catalyst for great change and a drive towards a purpose in my life. And all I needed to do now was raise up enough capital to build my dream home. I needed fast cash, so I went to the oil and gas industry, and this is where I started my pipelining career. So after 7 years, I finally built my house in Ecuador. And during those 7 years, every day I thought about Ecuador. Every day. I was obsessed. But the question is, why did it take so long? Why did it take 7 years? To answer that question, there's other pulls like gravity. And that was to fit in and sacrifice my dreams for conformity. A narrative programming. I needed to pay off my house because that's what you're supposed to do. You need to make your parents proud. And living in Ecuador is weird and crazy and people will judge you. Now, I'm going to lay down the laws of the universe. So hear me preach, my brothers and sisters. At the age of 30, I paid off my first house. It was an apartment, top floor, overlooking the river valley. So being the big, responsible adult, I'm going to go pay off my house. Society's going to be impressed and my parents are going to be proud. So I go down to the bank and I say, hey, I'm going to pay off my house today. And they say, great. Now let's just say hypothetically I owe them $100,000 for the house. Yeah, the bank says you got the funds. They start hitting a bunch of keys on the keyboard and they press enter and a number on a screen that says 100,000 then turns into 0. And you would think there'd be fireworks, a sense of accomplishment, this amazing feeling, but no. The bank teller says congratulations and I walked out. The feeling I can describe is absolute emptiness, like I was cheated. No fireworks, no feelings of accomplishment, emptiness. Like what in the fuck is going on here? That represented 14 months of my life. 2,000 hours working in the patch. What the fuck? Oh, this is a reality. I walked into the bank in debt, and 30 minutes later, I walked out of the bank not in debt, but feeling worse than when I walked in. Nothing changed. Nothing happened. I didn't learn anything. I didn't network. I didn't improve anyone's life. I didn't have fun. And I definitely didn't feel fulfilled. I told my parents. They congratulated me. And that was it. I followed the path of conformity. This is what you're supposed to do. This is how you do it. And this is how you'll feel after. But I didn't feel any of that. I felt empty. And I wrote down my thoughts after doing this. And this is what I wrote. I just lay claim to what they told was righteous purpose. Making money, paying off your house, and you'll be happy. Is this a script? Did I fall victim to the pull of some invisible force? Why did I do it? Did I do it for me? No, I never dreamed of paying off a house. No, my dreams lay south in sandy beaches and in warm waves. How did this happen? Who did I do this for? It was not me. I did it to fit in, to look successful to a bunch of people that don't care. I did it because that's what I was told would be a great accomplishment. And no. I was lied to. I gave my life, my time to change a number on a computer screen. And this, to me, was stupid. Now, let's go to a much better story. Story number 2. Now we are older and we understand the laws of the universe and glorious purpose. 32 years of age, I took $100,000 and I finally fulfilled my dream that I thought about every day for years. The feeling of getting on that plane, knowing I had sufficient capital to complete my dreams, were of fear, excitement, not knowing what was going to happen. I never built a house before, not to mention in Ecuador, I can't even speak the motherfucking language. But I felt alive, like an unstoppable force. Like this is exactly where I should be. Now let's go back. Remember, I spent $100,000 on a house. I did that in 30 minutes and nothing changed but a number on a screen. Now I arrive in Ecuador. I'm networking, I'm making friends, I'm thinking of ideas. I'm working 12 hours a day, manual labor, digging with pickaxes and shovels, working with the boys, drinking beers on Saturday. I didn't even need to set an alarm clock. I would wake up at 5:30 or 6 o'clock every morning with no alarm clock. Did we have problems? Yeah, we had tons of problems. But the problems didn't even feel like problems, and we overcame every obstacle. It was like whatever, water breaking on rock. For 5 months, I had the most fulfilling moments of my life. We built, we designed, we created as a team of 15 unstoppable people. Not to mention everyone online that helped. Thinking how to make a house into a beautiful piece of art. We burnt wood. We did brick designs, and it was like a creative factory. We would play games. We made people's lives better, families' lives better. We had fun, and when it was all done, we looked at something with pride and accomplishment. Every day I had fireworks in my gut. Every day I felt fulfilled, and I felt like this is what I'm supposed to do. I built bonds of trust with people that you couldn't even imagine. Whatever the path of conformity took me, I fell into a depression. And when I followed the voice, the demon in my soul, I felt completely fulfilled. This incredible pull towards who I am. My final statement is this. Most people will not follow this voice, their demon, their shining northern star. And sadly, humanity suffers. We are not going to get those great sports announcers or that amazing piece of art or that invention that reduces human suffering or a well-written book. People are going to be caged to the path of conformity and social standards and look like everyone else and feel empty, unfulfilled, and then sadly, this is where Western culture is at. It's not depression, it's purposelessness. And you don't know who you are. Now, the other path is you step towards glorious courage and you follow that voice and you ask, who am I? And then become that.